What is up, guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are talking about one of Vatsim's biggest events. It's Cross the Pond. At the time of making this tutorial, we're very close to the Cross the Pond westbound on April the 2nd on 2016. The current airports are departure airports are Frankfurt, London, Gatwick, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and Lisbon. And the arrival airports are Newark, Miami, Washington, Toronto, and Minneapolis. So basically what you need to do or you need to know on this event, first of all you need to have a booking. So a couple of weeks before the event goes online, usually the bookings are open. There are around 400 to 500, I believe, bookings. So first of all, you need to go to this website, ctp.vatsim-uk.co.uk, and log in with your Vatsim ID, which I'm gonna do real quick. So whenever you are logged in with your Vatsim credentials, you're gonna see your user information, your booking if you have one, and the airfield documentations for each and every airport that is participating in the Cross the Pond event. If you don't have a booking, just go into the booking section, select your departure airport, arrival airport, and choose one of the slots that are being shown to you. For instance, in my case, I have a Lufthansa flight from Frankfurt to Toronto at flight level 360, takeoff time 12:16 Zulu. You'll notice that the route NAT and the TMI are not shown, and the night before or the day before, the Vatsim people were gonna meet up and select the routes that are gonna being used, and the NAT also then tracks that are gonna be used for the event. So these will be pre-filled the day or the night before the event, so don't worry if you don't see them right now. Just log in before the event and you'll have everything filled up for you. Now let's head down actually to the documentation. We're gonna check out the what a briefing looks like. In my case, we're gonna take a look at Frankfurt for the departure. So basically it's a departure briefing in this case for Frankfurt. So if we scroll down, it's gonna tell you what frequencies to use. Example for delivery, in this case they're splitting up on two different frequencies. What time to go online? It's recommended between 35 and 45 minutes to get your clearance, at least 30 to 35 minutes before the expected departure. So they give you all the frequencies you need to have. This is very useful when switching off between frequencies, between delivery, ground, tower, and departure, and to center and onwards. They have a link to the most up-to-date charts, and they suggest some typical parking positions depending on your route. Example, for me it's Lufthansa, so it's DLH. So I basically can park in any terminal, or actually it's only a Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. So which they are here, and they even tell you which stand can be used for the Airbus 380 if you're having a flight with it. So basically what they'll tell you is they brief you on how to depart. So they're putting 3 different departures depending on your runway. So it's gonna be, from what I read, the 07 center, 25 center, or the 18 runway, and depending on your SID, you have an initial climb altitude that you need to fly. So after that, pushback, takeoff, departure, and the sample physiology, that will help you a lot to make up some time and get out of there as quickly as possible. So once you've read these, there's one for the departure and one for the arrival. So this is a lot of useful information. Like I said, for the departure and arrival, it helps you a lot during frequency change, flight planning, etc., etc. Another helpful and useful file is the radio operations check sheet, which is very useful for your oceanic clearance and the position reports. Basically, whenever you cross to a Shannon control, they're gonna switch you at some point to get your oceanic clearance from Shanwick or Gander, depending on the your route, if you're going eastbound or westbound. So what you need to do, actually, if you scroll down to the end of this page of this document, you see an example. Let's say if you're requesting clearance from Shanwick, you're gonna request your NAT track, which will this sheet will help you out whenever you know your route the night before or the day before. You just need to plug everything in this piece of paper, and it'll help you out read them quickly to the controller and have your clearance very fast. Example, let's say you have NAT track alpha, you have each waypoint on the NAT, and the flight level, for me it's 360 during this event, your Mach number, and basically you just need to read all that out. Probably what I recommend is just asking for the NAT alpha, let's say. You don't need to read all these if you are in the cross the pond traffic, because you already have this and it'll save a lot of time on frequency. So basically you request Kennedy International via NAT Alpha, flight level 370 Mach decimal 82, your estimate SUNOT time 1508 Zulu, TMI 075, and your cell call Charlie Sierra Alpha Romeo, Speedbird 123 in this case. So basically what the controller is gonna say is he's gonna clear you via your track, and he's gonna give you a restriction to cross the first waypoint. If there isn't any restrictions, then he'll say it, and after that you're gonna switch back to your domestic frequency, which in this cross the pond event is Shannon control. This is actually the the clearance that Shanwick or Gander are gonna give you. So you're gonna write down if they want you to pass SUNOT at not before, not after. So write these numbers down in these cases. And whenever you pass this waypoint, you report it right here. So you report passing SUNOT at time 10:15 Zulu, let's say, flight level 360 Mach decimal 84. The next waypoint you estimate it at what time and which waypoint is after that one. So basically, this piece of paper helps you out in your position report and your oceanic clearance. In this case, for the position report, you just have to read all this out, and basically if you look at right down at the end, it basically says the exact same thing that's written on the paper, plus your information for each waypoint. So this is the basics of crossing the pond, because there's no flight planning per se, because they give you the route and the waypoints. So all you need to do is calculate your fuel. What I personally use sometimes is this helpful website which is called fuelplanner.com. So they have a profile for probably every single aircraft that you can use. So let's say you're using a Boeing 777 and you're going from Frankfurt to Toronto. You just need to enter your route, plane, and it's gonna give you a very rough estimate of your fuel burn. This Bear in mind that this does not include wind variation, fuel adjustments for wind calculations. So it's a very rough and very basic estimate of what you're gonna use, or which amount of fuel you're gonna use during your flight. So you can adjust that if you want, add a little bit more because of the event traffic. Sometimes you get delayed, etc., and sometimes you have very strong winds. So basically what we see here is it says you have fuel for around 10 hours of flight. So basically right now you have your flight plan, you have your fuel. All you need to do is go inside that plane and enter your flight plan in your FMC, enter your load sheet, your fuel sheet, your fuel weights, and just fly and have some fun. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this tutorial helped you out a bit and clarified some issues. If it's your first time, I know that the first time is probably the hardest one, but it's a very fun event that I recommend you do at least once, because the amount of traffic, and it makes it really realistic, and the controllers are very highly qualified people, so it's a really fun event to attend. So thanks for watching again, and if this tutorial helped you out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section.
Yeah.